My responsibilities are basically to be responsible for everybody that works in this facility. I want to ensure that my employees go home in the same shape they arrived every day, which is my biggest responsibility, is the safety of my employees. After that, I have the responsibility of making sure that this can plant produces and performs as expected. We have 6 production lines in this facility, produce about 13 million cans a day. That's 4.1 billion cans a year, roughly 12 pack for everybody in the United States, comes out of this facility. The 20 by 30 initiative is actually a global initiative by Crown Corporate. We set specific goals for the company by the year 2030. We want to be at 60% renewable energy by 2030, 90% by 2040, and 100% by 2050, meaning that we actually have more renewable energy resources than we consume as a company. It is a global initiative across the company. We want to be the green packaging company, and we are leading the industry in those initiatives. Our raw material itself is one of the most recyclable products in the world, and making sure that that cycle continues and that we get every ounce of recycled material we can out of a plant like this. Aluminum is infinitely recyclable. There is no expiration date on aluminum. You can produce a can, you can recycle that can, make the same raw material, and produce a can. From the day our customers fill a can to when it comes back to me, it's 60 days. That's the average life of a can. You drink that, 60 days later, it's back here as raw material. It takes 90% less energy to process recycled aluminum than it does to make raw aluminum. 90% less energy that has to go into making the new stuff, that's huge.
There are 3 points to sustainability, which is reduction, reuse, and recycle. We use reusable industrial rags that can be laundered instead of throwing them in our industrial waste stream. By doing this, by the end of 2024, we eliminated over 162,000 pounds of solid waste. All of our pallets are strapped to be sent out to different locations, but we also get incoming strapping in from our aluminum coils. And the team here worked on a recycling program in which we are able to recycle all that strapping. We just sent out our first load, which was just under 2,000 pounds of polystrapping to be recycled.
We're investigating and we've piloted the potential of actually taking our wastewater that we're getting ready to discharge back to the city and running it through a recycling system here and actually reusing some of that same water in our facility, which will allow us to potentially reduce another 10,000 plus gallons a day of water consumption. If you save a teaspoon of water on every can that you would make, and you make 13 million teaspoons a day, you start to do the math on that, that's some significant volume. It's just crazy numbers.
It takes teamwork. It's just not a one-man team. It takes an army. Somebody comes in the office and says, hey, maybe we can work towards this next time. Is there a way we can recycle this? If it's just one person that comes in, I'm happy with that. I'm sure the plant will be happy with that as well.
I have a plant of 300 people with ideas. The goal is to get 300 people engaged in the business, right? You can't do it at a top management level alone. You have to have your entire work family has to be on, singing from the same hymn book. They're the ones that are on the floor every day doing the job. They live the dream, whatever that dream may be on a particular day. And to not hear what they have to say would be foolish.
It does put a smile on my face to know that you're making a difference. It's just not you're making a difference in the plant, you're making a difference with the planet.
Crown Cork and Seal, because of their own inner initiatives, I'm learning from them. How can Tioga County residents and the county emulate what Crown is doing? Their whole initiative is trying to reduce their waste to zero waste. And if Tioga County can do that as a whole, we actually can make Tioga County more prosperous and more beautiful. Keeping these items from going to the landfill when they actually can have a second life is really important. And Crown is showing that. And I think that's one of the things that Crown does so brilliantly, is they're looking outside the box and how we can become more efficient. And I feel we can learn from that. It's one thing at a time. It might seem really, really small, but one drop at a time fills a bucket. They're leading the way. They're changing the industry. And that just has such an impact on the world. And it's worth it. These resources are limited. So to have things go further just helps the next generation and the generation after that. The more efficient we are, the better the future.